Well guys, the time has finally come, man. We are officially 1 week away from the release of Black Ops 4, man, and I cannot tell you guys how hyped I am. I am super hyped. I cannot wait for Black Ops 4, and in fact, by the time I upload this video, we're actually going to be 6 days away, because as I'm recording this video right now, we are officially 7 days away. So I'm recording this on Friday, and I'm most likely going to be uploading this on Saturday. So by the time I upload this video, we're going to be 6 days away. Anyways, what is going on, everyone? It's John here, and I'm finally back with another World War II commentary, and today, as you guys can see, I'm going to be giving you guys my final and honest review on Call of Duty World War II overall, man. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm honestly going to miss this game. And like I said earlier, we're less than a week away from the release of Black Ops 4, and I figured, why not make a final review on Call of Duty World War II, man? I spent way too much time playing this game to just dip this game and not even say goodbye or do a final review to it. I mean, I have to, man. This game was a lot of fun. It was a blast. It was pretty lit to me, and I had a lot of fun playing it, man. That's why I'm a level 718 right now in multiplayer, and I really love this game for that reason, man. Obviously, I would not be that much of a high rank if I didn't like this game at all. And yes, I know, I raged a lot of times on this game. This was probably my one and only Call of Duty that I raged this much. I mean, on Black Ops 3, I raged as well, but I did not rage as much as I did with World War II, man. I didn't, and for that reason, it might be kind of weird for me doing a final review on it and saying that I'm actually gonna miss this game. But again, guys, when I rage, man, that's just a moment of anger, dude. Obviously, there's a lot of things that piss me off here on World War II, but no matter what, this game is always gonna hold a special place in my heart, and I'm still gonna love it no matter what, except for those stupid incendiary shells, but you know what I'm saying. But anyways, guys, in this final review, I'm gonna be talking about everything, or at least almost everything, that was associated with this game. And when I mean everything, I don't mean exactly like every single thing, like every bit of detail in this game, because obviously that would just take way too long. But what I mean by that is I'm gonna be talking about the campaign, the zombies, and the multiplayer in that order. So first, I'm gonna talk about the campaign, and then I'm gonna talk about zombies, and then for last, I'm gonna talk about multiplayer, because that's where I spend most of my time on. And I'm not gonna make any comments or statements about World War II yet, like, oh, I'm gonna miss this game and I love this game. I'm actually gonna save that till the end, and I want to like elaborate on that later on. So I first want to talk about what I thought about campaign and what I thought about the zombies and the multiplayer first. So I'm gonna save all of that till the end. So with that being said, let's get started. And the first thing I want to talk about, like I said, is the campaign. So guys, without a doubt, the campaign on this game was beautiful, man. This was actually a really good campaign, and to be honest, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, maybe you guys might have a different opinion, but this is my personal opinion. I think this is the best campaign since Black Ops 2. And I say this is my personal opinion because obviously some of you guys might think this might be the best campaign since, I don't know, Infinite Warfare, maybe Black Ops 3, which I don't know who would say that, maybe a couple people, or maybe since Ghosts. I don't know, man. I never played the campaign for Ghosts, never played the campaign for Infinite Warfare, and Black Ops 3, I played it, but I didn't even finish it, man. I honestly didn't really like it, and I didn't get hooked onto it like I did with Black Ops 1 and 2. So honestly, to me, this campaign right here for World War II is the best since Black Ops 2. And I gotta say, man, they really did a great job nailing the storyline, the setting, the accuracy for the campaign, like the historical accuracy and all that, because obviously it's a little bit different when it comes to multiplayer and zombies for sure. But for the campaign, I'm glad they kept it 100% historical accurate, or maybe, I don't know, 90%, 80%. Sure, there's a couple things that wasn't historically accurate, but I really like the storyline, man. The storyline was really deep. And I remember the campaign was the most hyped up game mode for World War II before the game released, and this started happening when the first story trailer released for World War II, man. I remember I was watching this over and over again, man. The story trailer for World War II was amazing, and I was actually watching it earlier this week, and memories were kicking in really quick. I kept hitting the replay button over and over when I first watched it, and I was just so addicted to that trailer that I even searched up Call of Duty World War II story trailer reaction. So I was watching other people react to it because it was just such a great trailer. And a lot of people were super hyped for this game at the start, because this is the first Call of Duty World War II game that we're going to be getting since 2008, if I'm not mistaken. That's when Call of Duty World at War dropped, which is a Call of Duty game from Treyarch, and this is taking place in World War II. So it's been roughly 10 years since the last last World War II game before World War II released. So that's why a lot of people were super hyped, including me, and I just couldn't wait to play the campaign first, man. The campaign looks super fun. And did the hype from the trailer live up to the actual gameplay for the campaign that we saw at launch? My answer to that is yes, man. I really love the campaign, and honestly, I would not have a problem replaying the campaign again, man. The campaign was so much fun, and again, man, it was just an introduction to a couple new things, like, for example, the healing system. We now had to manually heal ourselves, just like we do with Black Ops 4 right now in the multiplayer and Blackout, and they obviously balanced that out really good. And the first mission, which took place in D-Day, that was really good as well, man. This was, I guess you could say, accurate, and it was really deep, man. Like I said earlier, it was really deep, and I guess when some of the characters died, it was kind of sad, and there was just a lot of things that I enjoyed about the campaign, man. And if I wanted to talk about everything, this would probably be the whole entire video. Just talking about the campaign, what I liked about it, it would just take way too long, man. So all I want to say is the campaign was amazing. I would rate it a 10 out of 10, straight up, man, straight up. The campaign was super nice, it was super good, and everything was amazing, man. The cinematics were clean, it honestly looked like a movie, to be honest. And the characters that we got, like for example Zussman, and the character that we played as, which was Daniels, and unfortunately I forgot the other names, but they were really good, man. They had good lines and a bunch of other good things. And yes, guys, I am aware that this is actually the first campaign since World at War, or I'm not really sure exactly when, but this is the first campaign since a long time ago where they actually add the swastikas, which is pretty crazy, man. I didn't think they would actually add it. So it's pretty crazy that they actually added the swastikas, and they pretty much kept it almost 100% historically accurate. So for that reason, without a doubt, like I said before, 10 out of 10 on the campaign for World War II. And before I move on to the next topic, one last thing I gotta say is the campaign was really deep, man. Like I said over and over already, the campaign was pretty deep, and it just felt so different playing it, man. I felt like I was in a different world when I was playing it, and I'm not sure if that's because the setting of it is World War II, so that's why it feels like that, but I gotta say, man, it felt different in a good way, and that's what I really liked about this campaign. Moving on to the next topic, I'm going to be talking about the zombies. And unfortunately, guys, unfortunately and sadly, I do not really have too much to say about the zombies game mode, man. I mean, the zombies was honestly okay here on World War II, but it wasn't like super good to the point where I could say that it was mind-blowing, like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, even Infinite Warfare, man. It didn't really hook me onto it like Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, and Infinite Warfare. I'm not gonna lie, man. Infinite Warfare Zombies was pretty cool as well, but it didn't really get me into it that much to the point where I was going to be playing it every single day like I did with Black Ops 3, and I thought I was actually going to be playing it every single day more than multiplayer like I did with BO3, but it was actually the opposite. I played the multiplayer more than the zombies this year, and the reason I say this is because zombies was, I guess I could say, my favorite game mode since Black Ops 1, because I would play more than multiplayer, and I started my first Call of Duty on Black Ops 1, so I started playing zombies first before I even played the campaign and multiplayer, and I got really hooked onto it. And when they released all the new maps, I got hooked onto those maps as well, and that's where things just went on, and I started playing Black Ops 2, and the zombies was great. Started playing that more than the multiplayer, and I played the Black Ops 3 zombies more than the multiplayer. That's why I'm a level 620 Master Prestige on zombies for Black Ops 3, so you know, I really have a good history with zombies, but this year on World War II, for some reason, I just did not get hooked onto it, man. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I did in the previous years. It's crazy. I honestly thought that I was going to enjoy the zombies a lot, man. I remember watching the trailer for the zombies game mode back when World War II wasn't even out yet, before it released. There was a zombies trailer, and everyone was going crazy about how good it looked, man. And I gotta say, man, the trailer was beautiful. I was super hyped. I couldn't wait. And alright, guys, I'm not just gonna straight up say that I do not like the zombies at all or anything like that, because I did. I was actually hooked onto it for the first week, but it didn't hook me onto it for the whole year, is what I'm saying, man. Like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, like I just said, all those other Call of Duties, it just didn't hook me onto it for the whole entire year, man. The first week, I was so into it, man. I remember the first day I played it, I was so into it and I loved it that I just couldn't wait to get home from school and just come home and play zombies on World War II. And I guess the reason for that is because this was something new, man. We had completely different characters compared to the Black Ops series and Infinite Warfare. And another reason is they took out Juggernaut, which I know that's a bad thing, because because Juggernaut, everyone loves Juggernaut and zombies, but they took it off and they added the new armor system, which was something new and it took time to get adjusted to, because sometimes I would forget that I need armor to survive. I thought there was like Juggernaut or something, or I already had armor, but I keep forgetting over and over, man, to get armor. But I got used to it and now I know to get armor every single time, and a bunch of other things. But again, like I said, a week after I played the zombies, I did not really feel like playing it anymore, man. I felt like just playing multiplayer and maybe campaign once again if I start getting bored of the multiplayer like I did with the zombies a little bit. And that is why I don't have too much to say about the zombies for World War II. And in fact, I haven't even played the newest map for zombies right now for DLC 4, which is called the Frozen Dawn. I haven't even played it once, man. That's just how much I don't really want to play zombies anymore in World War II. I just want to stay on multiplayer and just keep grinding on there. And before I get my honest rating of the zombies, I want to say one more thing, and that is that zombies is actually pretty fun when you play with a squad of 4 people, or even 3, or maybe even 2. But to be honest, zombies is more fun when you play with people. I say that because when you play solo here on World War II Zombies, it does not feel that fun at all, man. Like compared to Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, when you play solo on those games, it feels a lot of fun, to be honest. But here on World War II, it isn't too much fun, man. You have to play with people, or at least I have to play with people to have fun on the zombies. But when you play with people, it's a lot of fun, man. I remember I was playing with all of my cousins, so 3 of my cousins and myself, and it was a lot of fun, man. We were just killing zombies, surviving the high rounds, maybe attempting to do the Easter egg once, but we failed, obviously. We didn't get it. And now that I say Easter eggs, guys, I want to apologize for not doing the live streams and completing the Easter eggs like I said I would earlier this year. I did say that I was going to be live streaming each zombie map and completing each Easter egg, but obviously that didn't work out because, like I said, zombies, I did not feel like playing it that much anymore, and a lot of my friends didn't feel like playing it anymore as well, only at times, which will be pretty rare. And obviously I'm not going to try the Easter egg on my own, because if I can't even play zombies here on World War II by myself, then what makes me think that I'm even going to be able to complete the Easter egg by myself? So obviously, guys, I didn't even do an attempt on it. I mean, I did off stream, but we didn't even get a chance to complete it. We actually died in the boss fight in the final right, the first zombie map. But I wish I actually did do a live stream on each zombie map and completed the Easter egg, because they look kind of fun, to be honest, completing the Easter eggs. But I didn't do it because, again, I just didn't really have too much interest in the zombies this year. And with all that being said, my honest rating of the zombies is 6 out of 10, and that's still pretty good compared to like 3 or 4 or even 5 out of 10, because like I said, man, the zombies is pretty fun when you play with a bunch of friends, and it's also not even like the worst zombies experience of all time, man. It's pretty fun. I'm not saying that it's completely, like, without a doubt 100% boring, but it did get stale really quick, man. I feel like there just wasn't too much content in zombies. And before I move on to the final topic, I just want to let you guys know that Black Ops 4 is going to be changing that forever. And before I move on to the next topic, I just want to let you guys know that Black Ops 4 is going to be changing that, man. I think I'm honestly going to be playing zombies this year a lot more compared to this year. For sure, without a doubt, man. I mean, this year is going to be Black Ops 4 zombies, so that's going to be Treyarch zombies, so we can't go wrong with Treyarch zombies, man. Let's be honest. They are the best developers when it comes for zombies. And multiplayer and campaign and blackout, I guess you could say, but that's just my personal opinion, guys. Don't worry, that's just my opinion. Now, moving on to the final topic, and I'm still going to be doing a couple little small topics, maybe like, I don't know, music or graphics and cinematic effects and stuff like that, but moving on to the final huge topic of this final review video. This is going to be the multiplayer, man. I'm going to be finally talking about the multiplayer part for World War II. And yes, guys, I did save the multiplayer part for last on purpose because this is where I spend most of my time on. So first things first, I want to say one thing about the multiplayer, man. The multiplayer is amazing, in my opinion. Okay, I know a lot of people will strongly disagree with that because I know a lot of you guys didn't really like the multiplayer for World War II. Lots of you guys probably think that it was stale, it was boring, and it had too much content as well. But to me, it's completely the opposite, man. I think it was a lot of fun. I think it was pretty cool, innovative, and sure, maybe it didn't have that much content, especially at the start and launch. And I want to talk about the launch first of all, man. The launch of World War II was horrible. I think it's honestly the worst launch in Call of Duty history. I mean, we're talking about a launch where people were literally trying to sign into World War II and play the game for the first time, like the full game, and I think there was actually like 20 or 10 million people, or around there, maybe like 10 million people trying to play the game at the same time. time, and obviously at that time the servers couldn't handle that, so everyone had to wait 3 hours. It was delayed for 3 hours, and then people could actually play the game after 3 hours. Some people were actually able to get in earlier, but the vast majority of people had to wait 3 hours because the servers had crashed since everybody was trying to play World War II. And again, the reason for that is because we haven't gotten a World War II game since World at War, which is like 10 years ago. So everyone was hyped, and then we just had to wait 3 hours, man. So obviously a lot of people are kind of pissed off after that happened, but once they were able to get their hands on the game for the first time, they finally were happy and they started playing it. And the main reason I'm talking about the launch of this game is because I want to talk about how the multiplayer was when this game first launched. So obviously you look at World War II right now, how it is amazing, and it's just gotten a lot better, but you compare it, how it is right now, to how it was when it first launched, and you're gonna be like, wow dude, that is a major upgrade. And in fact, this is considered to be the biggest update in Call of Duty history right here, man. And we're talking about a huge update where they literally had to overhaul the whole entire division systems, which I'll be getting into that right now, man. The division system was something new that was introduced in World War II. It was something completely different compared to the Pick 10 system back in Black Ops. And a lot of people hated this system. A lot of people liked the system. A lot of people didn't really care about the system. They just played whatever the game had because they just wanted to play a World War II game already. But after a while, most people started hating the division system because it restricted many things to a certain division. Like for example, you can only use the bayonet when you have the infantry division on for an assault rifle. You can only hold your breath with a sniper if you have the mountain division on for a sniper. The only way to equip the suppressor onto your SMGs is by having the airborne division equipped it onto your SMG class. And also the game launched with 9 maps. Alright guys, let's talk about this, man. 9 maps. Are you serious? 9 maps, man. People got burned out really fast. I forgot exactly how many maps we played in the beta. I think we played maybe 4 or 5 if I'm not mistaken, but we have 5 maps in the beta, let's just say, and then we have 4 new maps introduced to World War II for launch. And obviously people got burned out because we had the same 5 maps at launch, and then we just have 4 new maps, and people started playing those 4 new maps more, and we just got burned out easily, man, because obviously 9 maps, you're gonna get burned out quick just playing those maps over and over again, because those are gonna be the only maps in the rotation for multiplayer. That's it, just 9. Compared to Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, they would launch with like 14 to 16 and maybe even 17 maps. That's a lot right there. You wouldn't really get easily burned out on that many maps. So that's another reason why people hated World War II when it first launched, because they only launched with 9 maps. I mean, come on, man. Obviously, people are going to be getting bored of World War II easily with 9 maps. Not saying that I did, because again, I didn't. I was still having a lot of fun playing it, but with other people, they did. 9 maps, I mean, that's obviously not a good amount, man. Let's just say 12 or 13 would have been the good amount for World War II, but 9, come on, I know Sledgehammer Games can do better than that, come on. And another reason is the score streaks. The score streaks were honestly not that great compared to other Call of Duty games. And yes, guys, we're in the World War II era. Obviously, they don't have choppers. Obviously, they don't have a bunch of talons. Obviously, they don't have AGRs. They don't have Cerberuses or Cerberuses, however you pronounce it. They don't have all of those like super strong score streaks that are like robots and all that, because we're obviously in the World War II era. But I feel like Sledgehammer Games could have done a better job with the score streaks. I mean, we could have put attack dogs, like I think Michael Condrey said one time, that he even teased it supposedly on Twitter. He said that, I don't know, something about dogs or something, and people are thinking that this is a tease for attack dogs and that we're actually going to be getting attack dogs on World War II, which would have been amazing, man. I mean, imagine German Shepherds in multiplayer. And also for paratroopers, they were pretty good. For the Bolter Gunner, that was pretty good as well, but I feel like they should have added something like maybe, I don't know, like an orbital VSAT as well, man. A lot of people were like, where's the VSAT in this game, man? Where is the VSAT that helps us know where the enemies are at all times? And a great idea for this would have been a recon team, where they would have multiple recons up, and this would do like an orbital VSAT effect, where you could easily see where the enemies are at all times until the recons would go away. That would have been such a great idea if Sledgehammer Games decided to do that, man. A lot of people would have been more satisfied with that. And another thing about the score streaks is that they were pretty weak. The score streaks were honestly not super strong, and even to this day, some of the streaks are not that strong. The amount of weapons we got at launch was a good amount in my opinion. It was a decent amount. We didn't get too many weapons, we didn't get a little bit of weapons, we got a good amount. Also, the camos we got, obviously we didn't have too many crazy camos at all at that time. I think we just had the normal standard camos for each weapon. We obviously still had gold and diamond, and I guess you could say it looked pretty cool, especially for the World War II era, and we also had Chrome, which is a camo you get for getting diamond on every single weapon. But there was mixed feelings about Chrome because a lot of people thought it was not worth it. A lot of people thought Chrome looked pretty ugly, it just looked like silver, and there was also variants in the game, like heroic variants that looked like Chrome. Some people were saying that gold looks better than Chrome, some people were saying that diamond looks better than Chrome, some people were saying that even camels that weren't gold and diamond looked better than Chrome, and there's also the other people that were saying that Chrome is actually worth it, it's a pretty cool camo, and they actually had to update the Chrome camo a couple times to make it look, I guess, a bit more shiny or a bit more, I guess you could say, more nice. Also, one thing that was missing at launch were paint jobs, man. Oh my goodness, dude, paint jobs took literally 6 or 7 months just to get added into the game, man. Oh my goodness, a lot of people were so pissed off because they wanted to make a custom paint job since the camos were so bad on World War II, but they couldn't because the paint jobs weren't ready. It kept saying coming soon, coming soon, coming soon, and a lot of people were just wondering, when is that coming soon gonna be? And it was literally 7 months into the game or 6 months into the game. So obviously this was a really bad idea. Why launch something into the game so late, man? Come on, this would have been such a great addition, especially at launch. And I remember when they first launched it 6 months into the game, a lot of people were at that one truck. I forgot the name of it. I think it's called the, I don't know, it's just that one truck near the 1v1 pit where you get to go to the paint jobs and the custom paint jobs options, all that kind of stuff. It was so packed, man. There was like 20 people at that truck and it was just so crowded right there, man. Everyone wanted to see the paint jobs, and to be honest, man, it was really cool, man. I really liked everything they added for the paint jobs, and even though they took a long time, I think it was pretty cool. All the items that were in the paint jobs and all the things you could add onto your weapons. But one thing I wish they allowed was the ability to put that paint job or color, whatever you want to put, on the whole entire weapon, not just on a certain part. It really depended on what weapon you use. If you were using a pistol, then you would not have too much to put on there. If you were using an AR or an LMG, maybe you would have a bit more room, especially a sniper. If you had a sniper, it would look a lot more cool. Anyways, guys, these are most of the things that launched with the game or didn't launch with the game, and this is what really caused people to hate the game from the start and just overall quit right away. Even after a week or even after a month, they were just done with World War II. They moved on to maybe Fortnite or another game. They were just done with World War II. Maybe they would play it once in a while now, not every single day like they started playing it when the game first came out. And trust me, guys, I'm missing a lot more. There was a lot more things that launched with this game that people didn't like, or maybe there was a lot more things that didn't launch with this game that people didn't like or like. But now let's talk about the huge update that came 6 months later when the paint jobs came in. That's when this huge update, which is now considered to be the biggest update in Call of Duty history for any Call of Duty, right here on World War II. And this basically overhauled the whole entire division system and a bunch of other things. So I think 4 months into the game, Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield left the studio. Like, they just ditched Sledgehammer Games Studio and they just ditched World War II. So now it was just up to the other developers that were still in Sledgehammer Games. And a lot of people seem to say this, and I agree with this, that after they left, the game got so much better, man. After 6 months, like 2 months later, this game got so good, man. They basically changed the running mechanics. Instead of just running like 5 to 8 seconds and then you get tired and then you have to walk and then you have to rest and then you run again for like 5 to 8 seconds and you just repeat and repeat. Now you could run forever. You had unlimited sprint time, and obviously they decreased the sprint speed by a little bit, not a lot, but just a teeny little bit, because obviously you don't want to be running too fast when you can run forever, and this really helped out, especially in war. And they also did a bunch of other things for the game mechanics, but the biggest thing they did was the division system, and they overhauled the whole entire division system. So this is when things get good. Now you do not need the airborne division to equip the suppressor onto your pistol or your SMG, or not your pistol, but after this update they allow you to now equip the suppressor onto your pistol. You no longer needed the mountain division to hold your breath. You can now hold your breath with any division, and you can also hold it for 10 seconds now instead of just like 5 seconds like it was before the update. Now you can hold it for 10 seconds straight. So that was really good, especially for people that I guess you could say like to hard scope. You no longer needed the infantry division to equip the bayonet onto your AR. It was now an attachment. As long as you unlock it, which I think it was the last level for that weapon, you can now equip it whenever you want to for any division. You no longer needed the armor division to mount your LMG. You can now mount it whenever you want to with any division. Things like that. They just changed everything up, man. Like, a bunch of things were just being added to the game and changed up that made the game so much better. And not just that, but they also changed most of the abilities you unlock for unlocking level 2, 3, and 4 for for each division. And I guess you could say World War II did feel a bit different, not completely different, like super different to the point where you're playing like a new game, but different as in it felt kind of weird and you had to get adjusted to the gameplay once again after the updates went live. And once people got adjusted to the new mechanics, that's when this game became a lot more fun, and that's when people actually started returning to this game and they started playing this game once again like they used to back when it launched. But not too many people returned though, because a lot of people left and they already had a bad taste in their mouth, and no matter what update they added onto the game, they would not come back, which is understandable. I'm not saying that they should have came back for the whole entire year after these updates went live, but the game started progressing a lot more and it was becoming a lot better. And now, after all those updates, we take a look at how the game is right now, and guys, the game has improved so much, man. A lot of people that quit World War II and that decided to give World War II another try, they actually started enjoying World War II once again, and they actually said that they're going to be playing it for the rest of the year until Black Ops 4 releases, and some people are actually going to be staying for a second year on World War II. So these updates were obviously really important, because if the game never received these huge updates, then I don't think many people will be playing this game to this day. And I know, not too many people are playing this game to this day, even after the updates, but let's just say the updates never went live. I don't think more people will be playing this game if the updates didn't go live. And there's still many things I have not mentioned yet, like for example, the events, the contracts, the orders, the supply drop system, all those things I have not even mentioned them at all yet. And I'm actually gonna start talking about that now. The events, man, oh my goodness, dude, these are the things that spiced up the game a lot, man. The events were the main thing that really did make this game a lot better as well. And also with the introduction of the headquarters for the first time ever in Call of Duty, we also had a bunch of new things going on in the headquarters when events would go live. For example, the Winter Siege event, when that event went live, which was the first ever event, we had snow in the headquarters, so it was pretty cool. The headquarters was snowing, there was Christmas trees, and there was also, I guess you could say, globes or something, or snow globes, I don't know what those are called, whatever those are. The balls were now decorated. And I was actually gonna make a separate video talking about my favorite events on World War II in order, but I'm actually just gonna go ahead and talk about them right here, and I'm not gonna talk about all of them, but just my top 3. So my favorite event of all time on World War II is Attack of the Undead, and to be honest, if Attack of the Undead never went live, my favorite event would be Winter Siege. So obviously Attack of the Undead is first, then Winter Siege, and then for third I would honestly put either Blitzkrieg event or maybe even Shamrock and All, because this was a pretty cool event. The headquarters was decorated all green, it was just St. Patrick's Day. But the Attack of the Undead event, man, this was amazing, dude. This was the first time we've ever gotten a zombies and multiplayer crossover in Call of Duty history, and a lot of people have actually been begging for this in the previous Call of Duty titles, and now that World War II brought it, a lot of people were super hyped, and we got a bunch of new game modes. Like for example, Horde Point, it was basically Hardpoint with zombies, and they made it more intense and a lot more fun. And then we also got another game mode that was called Relic of the Undead, which the objective of that was you get a zombie head or the zombie relic, and you just pick it up and hold it for as long as you can, and therefore you're going to be getting points for your team when you're holding it. And they also have zombies in it, and there was also a community challenge going on at this time where I think once you get to tier 3 you unlock the Tesla gun, where every zombies game mode would have the Tesla gun, like Infected, Horde Point, Relic of the Undead, which by the way I forgot to mention that Infected was first introduced with this event. Instead of having just normal people running around with knives, you actually would be the zombie. If you were infected, you would be a zombie with, I think, an axe, and then you would just have to run around and try and kill everybody and infect them. And also this was the introduction of community challenges. I think we had that a little bit before, maybe the Blitzkrieg event. I'm not really sure when this started, but the community challenges were another great addition to World War II, because we would be unlocking a bunch of cool things by completing tiers as a community. But yeah, man, that's why Attack of the Undead was my favorite event, man. There's more reasons, but again, I'm just not trying to take too long on one little small topic. And then my second favorite event was Winter Siege, and damn guys, Winter Siege, man, damn man, I missed this event, man. I'm honestly, oh man, I feel like coming back to this game during Christmas, because they're obviously, or most likely, going to be bringing this event back. They're probably just going to be doing that, where they just restart the events every single year, or not every single year, but maybe for this year, maybe next year. I don't know how many years they're going to continue doing this, but I have a feeling they're going to be restarting the events every year for whenever they started. Like for example, in Christmas, we're going to be getting the Winter Siege event opened again, and I just want to see the headquarters again, man. The headquarters was so cool. And yeah guys, those are my top 3 favorite events, or I forgot to mention my third one, which is either Blitzkrieg or probably Shamrock and all, but again, I can't really choose over those two because they're pretty cool. Blitzkrieg, the headquarters was completely destroyed. Shamrock and all, we had a bunch of green in it, like a bunch of cool, I guess you could say, St. Patrick's Day decorations in it, whatever. And all these events would be introducing new game modes to us. Like for example, Shamrock and all, we got the Leprechaun Hunt Mosh Pit, and then for Attack of the Undead, we got Horde Point, Relic of the Undead Infected, and a bunch of other things. And not just that, we also got new weapons, which were pretty easy to obtain because you could either do a contract or you could do a special order, which was something that they only allowed since the Winter Siege event and I think also the Resistance event. But they decided to remove the special order after or during the Resistance event, where you could get the DLC weapons or the new weapons easily by just completing multiplayer matches. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. As long as you play the whole entire multiplayer match, you complete one, and you have to complete, for example, like 50, and you want to unlock, for example, a melee weapon or maybe the Volkssturm Gewehr. I really wish they kept the special order going on because this was a really easy way for people to get the new weapons, but they took this off, and it was still kind of easy to get the new weapons because there was also supply drops, which honestly, in my opinion, the supply drop system in Call of Duty World War II is the best supply drop system so far at the moment, especially compared to Black Ops 3's trash ass supply drop system. Oh my goodness, dude. And then also Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare, they have pretty good supply drop systems, but World War II beats them all in my opinion. And actually, I don't think this is an opinion, I think this is actually a fact, because the supply drop system on here is pretty good. You can get DLC weapons or the new weapons easily by just doing contracts or special orders or you could open supply drops, or at times there will be special events where they will be giving out, I think, free weapons or maybe a chance to get a weapon that will probably never be coming back, only at times, like for example the Iron Curtain 2. Things like that really made the supply drop system really good in World War II. It made it the best. So basically what I'm saying is there's many ways to get DLC weapons on here compared to like Black Ops 3. On Black Ops 3, the only way to get it is just supply drops, but here on World War II, you could do contracts, you could do orders, and also the variants were a pretty cool introduction to World War II. And you could also obtain those by doing orders, and many more ways, man. I could keep on talking forever and ever about how many ways you could get these variants in this game, man. There's just so many ways, and that's what I really love about this supply drop system. It doesn't restrict every single weapon in just supply drops. You can get it in many ways. And some other little small topics, like for example the cinematic effects, the graphics, the music, all that kind of stuff. I think the music on here was really good. The music was actually really good. It was pretty, I guess you could say, pretty chill. You could just chill in the headquarters, listen to the music that was in the multiplayer menu. The graphics were pretty good in my opinion. They weren't even that bad. The cinematic effects were also really good. That's what I really like about World War II a lot, especially in the campaign. So you guys might be wondering, what is my rating for the multiplayer? And with all the updates that this game got and everything that improved this game and made it so much better and just a bunch of things like that, I would honestly give the multiplayer a 9 out of 10. And guys, oh my goodness, man, I was so close to saying 10 out of 10, but the only reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is because incendiary shells, first of all, incendiary shells and LMGs. Well, actually, not LMGs. I'm not gonna lie, man. LMGs are not really that much of a big fear to me. And snipers, I know a lot of people did not like the sniping on this game because some people thought it was pretty overpowered and the quick scoping was too easy. I'll be honest, it is. I think the sniping on this game is really easy, and they should have made it a little bit more harder, but I guess that's just how it is. But those stupid incendiary shells, man, I'm honestly about to go on a rant right now, dude. Those stupid ass incendiary shells, man, those are the worst things ever added to Call of Duty, bro. Any Call of Duty game, that's the worst thing ever, honestly, man. Before I go on the rant, I'm gonna just say incendiary shells are the only reason why World War II's multiplayer got a 9 out of 10 for my rating, bro. That's the only damn reason, man. Dumbass incendiary shells always be pissing me off in multiplayer, causing me to rage and all that bull. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed my final review on Call of Duty World War II, and I've been recording for a long time already, over an hour, so I do have a bit of editing to do, and this video is probably going to be pretty long, to be honest, but it's worth it, man. This is the final review for World War II, man. I want to give you guys my honest thoughts and opinions and just overall my review on World War II, what I thought about it and everything. So to me, World War II was a pretty chill Call of Duty game. Not too popular, but not too underrated, but a pretty underrated Call of Duty game. So again, World War II was a pretty chill Call of Duty game, and obviously it wasn't super popular, but it wasn't super like underrated to the point where it's completely dead. There was still people playing it, but it was underrated though. It wasn't like popular or anything like that. It was underrated, especially at the time right now as I'm recording this video. It is not that popular anymore. I feel like people are finally ready to move on to Black Ops 4. They're just not even playing World War II anymore, or maybe some people are playing World War II for the last time like I am. Like I'm just having my last moments on this game before I move on to Black Ops 4. Hey guys, before I end this video off, I just want to let you guys know one thing, man, and this is honestly my personal opinion, and I hope you guys take this with a grain of salt because it's just just my opinion about World War II, but honestly, man, this game was just so good to me, man. I had so much fun playing this game, and I just made it to level 718, as like I said earlier when I first started this video. But honestly, man, if Black Ops 4 were to have like some kind of error or something were to just happen to the game that caused it to be delayed for, I don't know, maybe a couple more months or another year. And again, guys, this is just my opinion, but honestly, I would have no problem at all with World War II being the main title of the year for another year. And I say that because obviously for me, a lot of things could happen in another year for World War II if I were to just stay playing this game every single day again. I would for sure hit level 1000, and I would also probably most likely definitely go for Chrome Camel. Since I would hit level 1000, I would unlock every single Master Prestige reward. I would probably try to complete a couple more challenges, maybe all of them if I could. Get more V2 rockets, maybe go for 200,000 kills in total. For sure go for 100,000 kills with the Kar 98K, because right now I think I'm at 70,000 to 80,000 kills with the Kar 98K, so I'm pretty close to 100,000. But again, I have a lot of kills with the sniper, so that would be another goal of mine, to hit 100,000 kills with the car. Maybe play zombies a little bit more, and this time live stream and complete the Easter eggs. I would also try to unlock every single collection and many more things, man. So many more things. I would also go for Chrome Tiger, to be honest, man. Like I said, another year in World War II would not hurt. If Black Ops 4 were to be delayed or something were to happen, they had to, like, I don't know, release it next year. I don't know, that would not happen, but let's just say that were to happen. Anyways, for the last time, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, make sure to drop a like if you guys enjoyed, and also subscribe if you guys haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you guys are alerted every single time whenever I upload. And if you guys are subscribed already, make sure to check if your notifications are on for me, or if you guys remember having them on but for some reason they're not on no more, or you guys are not receiving notifications from me, because I feel like YouTube might be messing up and not be giving you guys notifications whenever I upload. So again, guys, if you guys want to, make sure to check if you guys could, and also make sure to check if you guys are still subscribed to me, because YouTube be, I don't know, I'm subscribing people from my channel. It's weird, man. Like, I don't know if it's just people actually unsubscribing or it's just YouTube doing that. But again, guys, just make sure to check if you guys could. And I don't really mention this a lot, but I'm probably gonna start mentioning this a lot more now, and that is that we're actually 18 subs away from 300 subs, man. Oh my goodness, man. Thank you guys so much for all the support, man. I really appreciate it whenever you guys tune in on the live streams, when you guys chat with me in there, when you guys drop a like, anything like that, man. Any comments, really appreciate all of that, man. If you guys haven't already, make sure to sub, man. I'm gonna be uploading a lot, especially for this year, because Black Ops 4 is gonna be full of content, so I cannot wait. Goodbye World War II. I will be missing this game, and it will always be holding a special place in my heart. I'm probably gonna be coming back to it sometime during Black Ops 4's life cycle, maybe, or I don't know, because again, Black Ops 4, I'm gonna be highly addicted to that game. I think I'm gonna lose my life after October 12th. And finally, the last thing, I will be live streaming next week 2 times probably, maybe on Tuesday and Thursday if I have a chance, because obviously school's probably not gonna let me, but we'll see. And this is a really least likely thing to happen, but I might upload a couple videos, maybe 1 or 2. I'm not really sure yet if I even will be able to, especially with school, like I said, but I might upload a couple videos based on the new sniper that we have with this new update, the Halloween Scream event, and a bunch of other things if I have a chance. Yeah, man, like I said, I feel like World War II's life cycle just flew by, man. Oh my goodness, I have so many more video ideas, but it just had to fly by. Hope you guys have a nice Saturday, and with all that being said, it's been John, and I'm out. Peace.